Hi everyone, I'm Zhen Hanjun, CTO of Active Secretary, and today I like to walk you through this new app that our company has. It's called ActiveGuard. So I'll explain what it is, why it matters right now, and how it fits into the way we actually use phone every day. So I'm going to go through the slides that you better understand how our cybersecurity solution helps you with your business and your personal life as well. Now, let me just go to the next page. Let me just start with some of the core problem stats that we have. We just start with the hard truth that is mobile threats, is not going to be a future problem. It's actually happening right now. So you see the numbers on this slide, and these are not just statistics to scare you. They tell a story about how attackers are actually shifting focus to the devices that we carry in our pockets. And with this, when these attacks, it actually increases year by year. Let me just share with you some of the statistics just on Android phone itself. And it also appears on other kinds of devices, which we will be covering in the future because our ActiveGuard right now covers cybersecurity for Android phones. And under the developments underway includes for Windows systems and for iOS. So when this Android attacks, it actually jumped 29% year over year, and mobile hardware spiked by 151%. And that means there's more phishing links, more malicious apps, and more silent data exfiltration hitting everyday users and business alike. So let me just explain to you how this is going to play out in real life. Like, let's say, for example, in your business, an employee installs a harmless, seemingly a harmless app to scan receipt, and then overnight, that app starts leaking contact lists or location data, or a family member's phone becomes the pivot point for a credential harvest that that then targets corporate accounts. So the problem is both technical and human. So these attackers, as so-called hackers, they exploit gaps in detection and the natural trust we place in these apps. So now is what we are proposing, the solutions that we have, and the value proposition. So what do we do about it? So this active guard is built around three practical pillars. One is real-time threat defense. The other one is firewall and network control, then followed by AI-powered detection. So you got to think about it like a neighborhood watch for your phone. Something like the antivirus patrols the street. Then there's the intrusion detection system of ActiveGuard, listening to suspicious conversation between the programs. And the firewall locks doors when something looks off. So let me just go through how this real-time threat defense works. Basically, what it does is it catches hidden malware before it can run in the background. So it's not just a scheduled scan at 2 a.m. It's an instantaneous process. Then next we have firewall and network control. So it basically let you block an app's internet access with one tap. So even if an app is installed, it cannot phone home. Phoning home means that the app sends data about you and your phone back to a server that is located in the hacker's server. Then lastly, we have AI powered detection, which means that our system, our AI cybersecurity system, learns from millions of signals globally. So it recognizes new attack patterns faster than signature only patterns. Now, let me just move on to the next one. So now let's zoom into the smart dashboard that every user's every user has on his phone if they download ActiveGuard to protect their phone. So this is where the product stops being abstract and becomes something that you actually use every day. This dashboard, it gives you a single view of what matters. That is active threats, apps with risky permissions, network anomalies, and quick actions like block app or scan, or you can run a scan on your existing apps as well. So why does this matter? This is because we built it in this way so that you can see the overview of your cybersecurity status. And we understand that is because we understand that people don't want to dig through menus. They want one menu that tells them, is my phone safe right now? And then gives a clear next step. So we can go through, you can download this app and then roughly go through how this works. It's a very user-friendly process. We build an experience so that you, with one tap, you can basically turn on all the cybersecurity features, scans, and to ensure that the entire phone is safe. Okay, so now let's talk about the benefits, the key benefits, that is the why. First, our AI signal network, over 4 million global signal points, and that gives us scale. That means that we see patterns some other vendors might miss, and we can flag suspicious behavior before it becomes an incident. Then second, real-time defenses. This helps us, you and me, and our entire ecosystem to reduce the dwell time for malware. So it's about catching all this malware early, and this is the difference between a block attempt and a full breach. And third, that is the firewall and privacy. Traffic stays local to the device. All traffic stays on your device, and what we want, sometimes we only require a small amount of data. That is nothing about you, nothing about the phone. The data that we want is what kind of malware our system has detected. And if you feel that you don't feel comfortable about sending this data, you can always switch off the telemetry so that you don't have to send this data to our company. So the practical payoff for ID teams, right, is that this translates to fewer help desk tickets and less time spent remediating compromised devices. And for individuals, our system, the entire ecosystem, means fewer privacy surprise and a phone that behaves the way you expect it to be. Now, now let's talk about integration and tools compatibility. So adoption is actually where many security tools fail. They're powerful, but they're disruptive. So ActiveGuard is actually designed to fit into the stack, the devices that you already have. So it's compatible with the major Android vendors, that is Samsung, Xiaomi, Vivo, Oppo, Realme, and Huawei. So as you can see on the screen, Samsung actually dominates the Android market with 28.3%, followed by Xiaomi 14%, Vivo 12.1%, Oppo 10.4%, Realme 5.4%, and surprisingly Huawei 2.3%. So we try to integrate as much as possible, and all different kinds of uh, phones that are manufactured by the different manufacturers. And we constantly monitor the market so that we work to ensure that our app works seamlessly with their phone devices and with their phones OS and OS. So when you roll this out to a team, you can start with a pilot group of power users who can stress test the firewall rules and report back. And this will give you real feedback without impacting the entire organization. Now let's talk about pricing. Let's move on to talk about pricing. Basically, there's only two pricing for ActiveGuard. We have the basic plan and the premium plan. and the prices will change. But as of now, it's priced at 199 per month or $22.99 per year. So in the future, as we roll out support for Windows, iOS, and Apple phones, the pricing might change in a way that we might package the pricing in a way that, let's say, 5 devices protected under a single price. And if you subscribe to protect more devices, like 10 devices, then the price would be priced accordingly, but might be cheaper or something like this. So it's going to be something along the line. So as of now, the basic plan is USD $1.99 per month. And for this premium plan, it's $22.99 per year. And what's the difference between the two of them is that if you, well, there's also a free plan as well. You can just use the free plan and it will jolly well protect you with the base protection. It's just that you will not have the updated database, which is very important to keep updated with the different kinds of newly evolving malware. So, but if you subscribe to the basic plan, then you pay 199, then you will have uh, more advanced features and you will be able to update the database. Then if you subscribe to the premium plan, it's basically everything in basic, but it's cheaper. Because if you take $22.99 divided by 12 months, each month you're paying like about $1.92. So that's basically a discount. That's basically a discount if you subscribe to the premium plan. Now let's move on to the security and major platform reliability. Okay, so as you know that many of us will know that security isn't just a feature, it's a promise, and ActiveGuard keeps traffic local to the device, as what I stated earlier, and we do not route user traffic through external servers. So all data stays on your device. That's why it stays on your device. It's not compromised. It's not sent to any servers anywhere. And all in all, right, ActiveGuard's main feature is to identify malicious apps that actually send data to overseas to strange servers. And our duty is to stop all this kind of transfers. And that's why we don't route user traffic through external servers. It all stays in your server. And that design choice reduces exposure and aligns with privacy first principles. There'll be no personal data collected, stored, or sold, which means that we know nothing about your phones, we know nothing about your personal life, emails, location, and so on. Basically, what we are doing is we make sure that all your data stays on your device, and we are protecting you from people harvesting your keywords, from people listening in to you through the microphone or using the phone's camera to spy on you, or maybe even attempt some logins on your phone. So the app actually helps you to identify and monitor and prevents all this situation. All right. So this is the end of our presentation. If you're ready to try it, start your free trial today on Google Play. Once you download it, follow the setup instruction. It's just a one button setup with all the rights given to the app. You Once you've given the app all the rights that is needed, all you have to do is to go to the safety score screen, press the button, and it will automatically activate all the security features. So start your free trial on Google Play. You don't have to pay a single cent, just start it, and you will realize that how much of a cybersecurity protection that this app will be giving to you, and see how it feels on your own device. And if you're evaluating for a team, I recommend a 2-week pilot with a cross section of users like admins, sales rep, and a couple of contractors to validate the policies and workflow. So thank you for your time. Since if you prefer, we can always schedule a short demo where I'll walk through the dashboard live and answer any technical question. So for today, thank you very much.